My grandfather, Chick Atkinson, was a great athlete and inducted to the Halls of Fame at Idaho State and BYU. He was the BYU football coach in the 1950s. His two sons also played sports at BYU. My Uncle Dave still holds the record in football for the most interceptions in a career. He went on to play professionally. My dad, Scott, played baseball and basketball for BYU in the 1970s. Many of my Atkinson siblings and cousins are gifted athletes, and several of them played college sports. My cousin Jordan and my brother Bryant both played BYU football. My cousin Jane is a gifted marathon runner. Growing up in Provo and close to BYU football fans, I felt proud of my grandfather. I am horrible at team sports, however, and I often felt like the uncoordinated oddball in my family. In college, though, I found some individual sports that appealed to me. I enjoy having that similarity with my family now. Last year, I ran a half marathon with one of those Atkinson cousins. My dad says that much of athleticism you're born with. My 1-year-old likes to stand balanced on the back of a rocking horse and jump to a nearby chair.
Hi, my name is Susie, and I'm a knitting addict. My knitting pedigree goes backward and forward and sideways, and it even goes off the family tree, because I learned to knit from my mom's friend, even though my mom and grandma were knitters. I enjoyed it as a child, and then when I was a teenager I had a spectacular knitting failure which caused me to put my needles and yarn down and not even think about knitting for years afterwards. But then my grandma taught my young daughter to knit, and my mom encouraged her, and I saw all the fun that was going on. I caught the bug again, and I can't seem to quit. Now my two other daughters have taken it up, and my daughter-in-law, and we keep my mom going. My husband's even tried it. My sister has gotten interested, and my sister-in-law has gotten very interested along with her daughter. So we add the knitting bond to the family bond, and we just can't seem to quit.
I come from a long line of doctors. My grandfather, great-grandfather, and great-great-grandfather all practiced medicine in Connecticut. My grandfather once performed an operation on a railroad worker who had suffered a head injury when he hit his head on a power line while climbing over a freight car. The worker suffered severe burns on his head and feet, and my grandfather replaced the entire top of the man's skull with an aluminum cap. The man lived for many years after the operation. This was so unusual at the time, it was the subject of a Ripley's Believe It or Not cartoon. Knowing that medicine was part of my family heritage led me to seriously consider it as a profession, and eventually helped lead me down that path. My brother also chose a career in medicine, as did his son.